friends, welcome to Easy Nurse, where nursing education made easy. So in this session, mainly we'll be discussing about the important and the repeated questions they are going to ask in your main exam, that is first year PPBSc Child Health Nursing. Let's start the session. So when you're coming to the child health nursing, the main important that is repeatedly they are asking that questions like a growth and development. So when you're coming to the growth and development unit, they will be asking like a growth and development definitions and the principles of the growth and development are the factors that will be affecting for the growth and development. First, we will see what do you mean by growth. So when you're coming to the growth, it refers to the physical changes and increases in the size. So what will happen here? So it is a growth is nothing but it will be having a physical changes. So that the physical changes that is taking place in the child at the time of the birth, what will happen? That birth weight of the child, it will be like a 2.5 kg. But when the child is started to grow, so what will happen? That weight and height, it will be changes. That's the physical changes that is going to taking place, and that is a increasing in the size. It is a quantitative change. So here what will happen? It is a quantitative. So we can able to make that is a measured and the observed. So that is a measure we can able to take. That is how much the child weight is increasing by the day-to-day activities that as the child is growing. Along with that weight, height also we are going to check. That is with the measuring type we can able to check the height of the child. That is at the birth what the height of the child, then as the child is reaching with the 1 year how much it will be there. Then along with that we can able to find out there's a change in the organ size. That's the changes that is going to taking place. That's the growth is refers to the physical changes that is going to happen in the child as the child is growing taking place. Along it is a one of the quantitative change. The quantitative change means nothing but it is we can able to make the measuring, though that is a growth. Next we will see the another definition, that is a development. So what do you mean by development? So development that will be involving in the progressive increasing in the skills. That is a progressive, it will be taking place in the skills, ability and the capacity. That is how the skills that change is taking place. Like it will be maybe involving with the motor development skills, cognitive development skills, all these things. It is a qualitative. So here what will happen? The development, it is a qualitative, referring to the gradual evaluation of the function and the capabilities over the time. So as the development, what will happen? It is a gradually it is increasing in the skills of the development of the child and the capability over a time. So over a particular of the time as a reaching the child. So when the child is reaching a 1 year, that the skills it will be differ as the child is increasing with the, that is as the child is growing with the toddler age and the preschooler age. Yes, it will be changes that will be taking place in every stages of the development that will be involving such as cognitive skills, emotional regulation along with the social behavior. So this is a definition of the development. So when they are asking with the growth and development, so you have to see what's the growth and the development meaning you have to write. Then it will be there another question in the same, either it may be like a principles of the growth and development. So when you're coming to the principles of the growth and development, so the principles of the growth and development, it will be like a children's development in a multi-dimensional. So when the child is growing, that the development has the changes taking place, it is one of the multi-dimensional. So multi-dimensional is nothing but what will happen? You can able to see the many changes in the child. That's the physical changes, emotional changes, intellectual changes, social changes. All this, the multi-dimensional changes that will be involving with the growth and development of the child. That's the first principle is children's development is in a multi-dimensional sector. Next one is it will be like a children's development occurs in a predictable. Predictable means orderly wise we can able to make it out. That's the orderly wise means like a we can able to make like a once the child is born, like at the time of the birth, what will happen? As the child is increasing with the age of the 3 years, that the head control it will be there. Then when the child is reaching with the like 7 years of the age, the child can able to sit. Then by the 1 year the child can started to walk. That is what the it is a predictable. Like like a particular age the child is going to reach the particular stage of the development. That's a children's development occurs in a predictable, that's a orderly wise the development will be taking place. Next principle is different child passes through the predictable stage at the different rate. So every child is not same, so having a different child as passes in a predictable stage. So what the child is, maybe some child will be started to walk at the 1 year of the exact age, but some child, what will happen, at the 11th month only the child started to walk. That is a, there is a predictable stages at the different rate the child will be passes through the growth and development aspect. Next one is a all body system do not develop at the same rate. So all body system, whatever body system the development will be taking place, it is not growth at the same rate. So it will be taking place in a different aspect of the development. It will be there, like a physical development, cognitive development, every stage of the development it will be goes in a different rate, it is not in a same rate. Next one is a development proceeds from the proximal to the distal part of the body. So what will happen, what the development that will be there, so it will be proceed from the proximal to the distal part body parts. That is a distal means it will be involving with this the development from the center to the periphery. That's a center to the periphery the development will be taking place. That is a what the proximal to the distance body parts. Next one is that development is taking place in a cephalocaudal direction. That is a cephalocaudal direction means from head to toe development it will be taking place when the child is born. So what will happen, first head control will be taking place, then afterwards on the neck, then with the trunk, then the child, the another the toe, that is example when you checking a child, that is a it will be goes with the cephalocaudal, that is a head to toe development that will be taking place. That is a another principle. Next we will see the other principle, that is a development proceeds, that is a from gross motor to redefined fine motor. For what will happen, gross motor to the redefined fine motor means first the gross motor development, the large muscle development will be taking place, then only it will goes with the fine motor development. That is what the fine motor with the small muscles development will be taking place with the arms, especially with the wrist and the fingers, that the small muscles development will be taking place. That's a development that is proceeds from the gross to the redefined fine motor. Next principle, it will be like a children's development is affected by early experience. So whatever the children's development it is taking place through the growth and development aspect, that will be affected with the early experience. What the child has experienced in a like a childhood days, that is it will be informed with the development. When you take example like a spiritual aspect, intellectual development, so whatever the culture what they are following in the home, so that aspect that will be influencing for the future, the further development of the child. Next one is a children's development occurs in a broader context. Then another development principle is a neonatal reflexes must disappear before the development can proceed. Like whatever the reflexes it will be there, so it will be must disappear. First all the disappear reflexes it will be disappear, then only development will be proceed for the others. Next one is a last principle, that is a children's development depends on an interplay between the genes and the environment. So what will happen? So the development, growth and development in the child, it will be having an interplay between the genes and the environment. So the genes, like whatever the genes that will be come from the our parents, that's it will goes with the offspring. That is one of the factor that will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. That is their like a physical pattern of the development, height, weight and the skin structure, all these things along with the environment also influencing with the growth of the child. So these are the principles of the growth and development. Next we will see the another topic, that is a most important topic that is going to ask in the child health nursing, that is a factor affecting the growth and development. So which are the factors that will be affecting the growth and development of the child? So you all know there will be many multiple factors that will be affecting with the growth and development, like it will be influencing with the genetical factor along with the environmental factor. So usually what the genetical factors that will be laid, from the parents, it will be there with their offspring. So either it may be related with their illness factor, like as example with the genetical chromosomal disorders, all those things it will be there. Then along with that, whatever the growth and development it is happening with the child, it will be influencing with the environmental factors also. Let's see one by one. Coming to the genetical factor, so when you coming to the genetical factors, under that first one is a phenotype. Phenotype is nothing but what will happen here, the genome, what it has come from our parents to the offspring. So that is a example like a skin structure along with the hair, then what the height and the skin color, what and all, what it will be there with the children's. So it has all these things, it has come from the parents. That is what the genome character it will be there to their offsprings. Next one is a race. So when you coming to the race factor, the nationality, when you take the difference between the Americans and the Indians, so their growth pattern is differ, like as there is a difference with the Indians growth pattern also. So when you take the Americans, they will their height, everything, it will be differ as compared to the Indians. This is how the race factors that will be influencing with the children's growth and development. Next one is a gender factor. So when you coming to the gender factor, usually once the mother has conceived, only in the uterus we can able to come to know whether the baby is a male or female. So once the baby has born, what will happen, usually the male baby will be having a more dominant. So but when you coming to the female baby, so usually the females babies, they will be having a more maturity as compared to the male babies. So as they will be matured as in a earlier stage, then along with that the growth pattern of the bone what will be there. So in the female child, it will be more as for a particular period of the time as compared to the boy child. So this is how the gender factors that will be influencing. Next one is the characteristics of the parents. So characteristics of the parents, if the characteristics, when you're taking an example of the intellectual characters, that same intellectual inheritance it will be there for the children's also. If the parents are more intelligent, then there is a influencing with the intellectual characters with the offspring also. Then coming to the genetical disorders, in few family, what will happen, there will be some disorder with the genetical influence it will be there. That is example like a Down syndrome or Turner syndrome, or the same genetical disorders it will be following with their family. So that disorders that will be influencing with the development of the child. Next one is the last, biorhythm and the maturation. So biorhythm and the maturation, here what will happen, usually when the mother, especially with the female child, if the mother has matured, if she attend the menarche at the particular age, the same thing we can accept in the child, that's a female child also, around if the mother has attended the 15 years, the same thing we can expect, that is around with the 14 to 15 years. That is how the biorhythm and the maturation that will be influencing with the genetical factors. So these are the genetical factors that will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. Next is the environmental factor. So when you coming to the environmental factor, again you are affecting with the prenatal factor and the postnatal factor. Like when you take the prenatal factor, is nothing but what will happen, once the mother has conceived, from the time of the consumption to the till delivery, we are going to consider all those factors is a prenatal factor that will be affecting for the growth and development of the child. Then postnatal factor means it is nothing but what will happen once the baby has born. After the baby has born only, we are going to consider these are the postnatal factors that will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. Let's see the prenatal factor. So when you coming to the prenatal factors, under that, for example, if the malposition is there at the time of the a pregnancy, if the mother has conceived, there is a chances of developing a malposition. Again, that will be affecting with the growth and development pattern of the child. Next one is there is a maternal malnutrition deficiency. So maternal malnutrition deficiency, for example, if you take, if the mother is not taking a proper folic acid supplement, calcium supplement, if she is not taking, again there is a not taking a proper nutritious food, what will happen, again the mother is go for the anemic. Then along with that, it will be influencing with the some congenital malformation, for example spina bifida, all these things. Along with that, there is a intrauterine growth retardation gestation it will be taking place. That is how it will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. Next one is the maternal illness. For example, if the mother is having a viral infection like a rubella or HIV infection, along with that, if the mother who is having a illness during the time of the pregnancy, if the mother who is having a example with the cardiac disorder at the time of the pregnancy, again it will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. Next one is the substance abuse. So usually if the mother who is consuming the like a substance abuse, for example alcohol and all, or a smoking, what will happen? So there is a chances of getting a teratogenic effect for the baby, especially if the mother who is taking those drugs. So what will happen, that is especially with the substance abuse, there is a chances of getting a congenital malformation with the presence of the thalidomide, that will be affecting like organogenesis for the baby, as in the during the first trimester. So this is how the prenatal factors that will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. Next, we will see the another like a postnatal factor. Which are the postnatal factors that will be affecting for the growth and development of the child? So under that, we can see there will be many postnatal factors that will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. So first one is the infection and the infestation. So usually what will happen here, once the child is born, the child will be prone for the infection, as every child will go prone for the infection, especially with the viral and the bacterial infection. Usually in the immunity level is very low for the child. So what will happen, there is a more chances of getting a infection, that is especially with the upper respiratory tract infection, then along with that GI infection when the child is started with the weaning diet. So all those things that will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. If like a child is frequently affecting with the infection like upper respiratory tract infection and all, so again it will be affecting with the growth pattern of the child. Next one is the nutrition. So what will happen here, once as we are going to say for the mother, we have to give the exclusive breastfeeding till 6 months of the age. So after the 6 months, we have to start with the weaning diet, that is including with the all the content of the nutrition, carbohydrate, fat, protein, that is the energy building food, everything we have to give for the child. So when we are giving a all nutritious food for the child, it will be influencing with the growth and development. Again, it will be not affecting with the malnutrition and all. So this is how the nutrition it will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. Next one is a trauma. So trauma, usually what will happen when the child is playing. So the play is the most important thing for the child growth and development, involving with the physical, cognitive, every aspect of the child. So when you coming to the trauma, usually there will be more chances of getting a trauma during the time of the play. So when the trauma is happen, again what will happen, it will be affecting with the physical development along with the emotional stress or emotional trauma, it will be there for the child. Next one is a growth potential. So usually growth potential, what will happen with the child, once the child has birth, at the time of the birth, what will happen, if the child size is more, what will happen, we can able to expect that growth pattern will be good for the child. But if it is a small is there at the time of the birth, like a size of the baby is small, like what we are going to consider that is a low birth weight baby, so it will be affecting with the growth and pattern in the future. We can't expect the proper development, that is what the weight gain should be there for the particular year of the age. Once the baby is reaching with the 1 year, so we will be expecting that the birth weight should be triple, but here what will happen, there is a chances of getting a less. That is how the growth potential that will be influencing with the growth and development. Then next one is a climate. So here what will happen, usually there is a climatic factors also, it will be influencing for the growth and development of the child. That is so when you coming to the weight gain in the child, it will be more in the summer and the rainy season. Then along with that, height gain, it will be more in a spring season, it will be there. Next one is a cultural factor. So coming to the cultural factor, usually what will happen, that is how the rearing practice it is happen in the child, that is a family environment. So that will be influencing with the growth development of the intellectual development, spiritual development, all those things it will be influencing with the child development. Next one is the socio-economic status. So socio-economic status, if it is a good for the family members, so what will happen, they will be giving a good education, then health consideration, everything it will be goes in a proper way. So it will be goes with the proper growth and development. But if it is like a family who is having a financially very less, so what will happen? So that will be influencing with the, they will not get the proper education, then again it will be influencing with the emotional stress, then they will not get the proper healthcare facility, all those things it will be there. Next in the chronic illness, like if the child who is having a chronic illness, especially with the, if the like not treating with the respiratory tract infection, again it will be influencing with the like a chronic disorder of, that's a chronic respiratory tract infection. Then if the child who is having some congenital malformation like a cardiac congenital malformation, so all those things it will be affecting with the proper physical development, then along with the affecting with the growth and pattern development of the child. Next one is a emotional factor, like a emotional factor, the, so the family who will be there, they have to show the proper loving affection, caring, everything with the child. So the child who has get the more loving affection, so it also influencing with the proper development. Like a child who has not get the proper love, caring, everything, what will happen? Again it will be affecting with their so like a emotional factor, then along with that intellectual factor, all those things it will be affecting. Next, the ordinal position. So usually with this ordinal position, what will happen? The child who is the first child, so there will be consideration, it will be there, they'll be getting a more concentrations from the parents. They, again it will be influencing for the more achievement in that first child. But when you coming to the second child, what will happen here? That what the focus it will be there with the child, first child, but it will be less with the second child. Again it will be affecting with the growth and development of the child. So this is how the postnatal factors that will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. There will be many postnatal factor, it will be influencing with the growth and development of the child. So next is the infant. If they are asking like a write the milestone of the infant, so you are supposed to write like a the first year of the life in the term, that is especially with the incredible growth and learning that will be taking place in an infant child. Infancy is derived from the Latin word that means, that is an infant, that means the unable to speak. That is from 1 month to 1 year we are going to consider the child is an infant child. So usually first year of the period, what are the changes that is taking place with the child? So usually first year of the life, you are going to see there is a first smile, first sit up, first standing, first word. So these are the what the changes you are going to see with the child in the first year of the life. Next we will see the weight. So usually birth weight, it will be doubles in the 5 months of the child. Once the age of the child is reaching with the 5 months, so there is a double of the weight it will be taking place, then it will be triple by the 1 year of the age. Then coming to the height, so what the height changes that will be taking place in the first year of the life? So usually the average length of an Indian newborn, it will be there, that is a 50 centimeter. That is a as that is a rate increases in the length, that is a 0.9 centimeter per week in the first 3 months of the age. Then along with that, what will happen? There is a 2 centimeter per month in the next 3 months, the changes will be taking place. Then 1.2 to 1.5 centimeter per month thereafter, the changes is going to taking place. Then the length it will be increases to, that is a 75 centimeter by the first birthday you are going to see. That is that when the child is reaching with the first year of the age, the child height it will be there, that is a 75 centimeter. Next, coming to the vital signs. So usually vital signs, what it will be there? The pulse it will be there like a 120 plus or minus 20 beats per minute. Respiration like a 35 plus or minus 10 breaths per minute. Then blood pressure like a 80 by 50 plus or minus 20 by 10 mm of Hg. So this is what the vital signs it will be there in the infant child. Next we will see head circumference and the chest circumference. So usually head circumference it will be increases by 1.5 centimeter per month till 6 months of the age. Then 0.5 centimeter during the last 6 months of the infancy. Then what will happen usually? Then chest circumference is 3 centimeter lesser at the birth and it will be becomes equal with the head circumference at the 1 year of the age. Next, what are the motor development of the infant we will see. So usually when you coming to the motor development, in that we can able to see there is a gross motor development and the fine motor development. So usually gross motor development, here what will happen, there is a large muscle development that will be taking place in the arms and the legs, especially with the like how it will be influencing with the child, that is by sitting, walking, all these things it will be taking place with the gross motor development. So what are the changes that is going to taking place with this gross motor development, as with the month wise we will see. So at the 1 month of the age, when the reaching with the 1 month of the age, that the child it will be having a like a flexed posture with the elevated pelvis. Then at the 2nd month what will happen, that's a less flexed in a prone position. Then by the 3rd month what will be there, is a symmetric head and the body posture it will be there with the child. Then by the 4th month there is no head lax, it will be there with the child. So by this time what will happen, the head control will be there for the child. Then by the 5th month what will happen, the child sit without support for a brief period of the time. Then by the 6th month sit without support, leaning forward on the both hands. Then by the 7th month sit steadily alone. Then by the 8th month what will happen, usually creeps on the hands and the knees. Then by the 9th month cruises around the furniture, it will be there. Then by the 10th month stand straight with the minimal support. Then by the 11th month stand alone momentarily. Then by the 12th month, that the once the child is reaching with the 1 year of the age, that the child started to walk. So this is what the gross motor development changes it will be taking place with the infant child. Next we will see what the fine motor development taking place with the infant child. So usually with the fine motor development, what we are going to see here, the small muscles development it will be happening with the child. That is a small muscle development, means it will be helping the child for the picking the objects, holding the object, then the holding the pencil with the that's the fingers, all those things we can able to see. So once the fine motor development, what the changes going to take place in the infant child we will see, as with the month wise. So at the 1 month what will happen, hands tightly fisted. So by the 2nd month hands often unfitted. Then by the 3rd month hold object with the grasp. Then by the 4th month pulls clothing over on the face. By the 5th month what will happen, usually transfer the object from one hand to the another hand. Then by the 6th month usually manipulate with the small object with the both hands. Then by the 7th month the child can able to hold the cup. Then by the 8th month eat finger food, show preferences of the using a dominant hand. So with the dominant hand, what the child is going to prefer, that one. So the child can able to eat with the finger food by holding the food, whatever the small pieces you are going to give. So the child will be prefer with the using a dominant hand. Then by the 9th month, what will happen? Uses a inferior pincer grabs of the palate held between the ventral surface of the thumb and the index finger. Then by the 10th month, uses the pincer grabs with the index finger and the thumb to pick the object. Then by the 11th month, take out the toy from the shop. Then so by the 12th month, when the child is reaching, what will happen? Good pincer grabs with the fingertips you are going to see with the fine motor development. So this is what the fine motor development, the changes is going to taking place with the infant child. Next we will see what the language development it is going to happen with the infancy child. So usually when the child is reaching with the like a 1 month, the receptive language and the expressive language, that is how the child can able to receive that language, that is by the 1 month respond to the human voices. Then expressive language, what will happen at the 1 month of the age, makes the sound if the comfort during the feeding. Then by the 2 month, what will happen, the regards to the speaker, like a mother who will be there. So the child can able to receive that respective language, that the regards to the speaker. Then by expressive language, what will happen with the 2nd month of the age, differentiate the cry according to the response for the cry. Then by the 3 to 4 month, what will happen, usually with the receptive language, look at the speaker. Then by the expressive language, we can able to see there is a cuckoos, chuckles and the bubbles with the baby. Then by the 5 to 6 months, what will happen? Response to the own name. So whatever the name you are going to call with the child will be respond for your his name, like whatever you are going to call for the baby. Then by expressive language, so you are going to see there's a smile and the vocalizes to the mirror. Then by the 7 to 8 months, so the child will be enjoy gestures like a come. Then the child will be shout for the attention. Then by the 9 to 10 month, what will happen? Usually with the receptive language, respond to the simple verbal commands. But by the expressive language, what you are going to see, may speak one word like a no, hi, or a bye. So by the 10 month of the age. Then by 11 to 12 months, what you are going to see, with the receptive language, look for the family members when they are going to named. Then by the 11 to 12 months, the expressive language, the child started to say like a two words, that is the dada, mama, like that. That is what the expressive language the child is going to say, that is by the 12 month of the age. So this is what the language development changes is going to happen in the infancy child. Next, we will see the what the sensory development changes is going to taking place with the infancy child. So when you coming to the sensory development, as with the month wise, in the first month, what the visual development will be changes taking place. That's that usually the child started to stare infinite at the surrounding fixed. So whatever that object it will be there, the child will be stares at. Then hearing development, what will happen? Usually startled by sudden sound, react to the like a becoming a quiet when hearing with the voices. Then by the 2 to 3 months of the age, so usually visual development, what will be there? Follow a dangling toy moving, like whatever the toy moving, it will be there in front of the child. So from side behind a middle line. Then with the hearing development, what will happen? Turns head to the side of the sound. So wherever the sound is coming, the child started to turn towards that side when sound made at the level of the ear. Then by the 4 to 5 months, what the visual development will be taking place? Binocular vision well established. Then there is a hand-eye development coordination. It will be begins. Then hearing development, turns head to the side and then down if the sound is made below the ear level. Then by the 6 to 7 months, what will happen? Shows the interest in a complex visual stimuli. Then hearing development usually responds to the own name. So whatever the name you are going to call, the child will be respond immediately. Then by the 8 to 10 months, what will happen? Depth perception, it will be increases with the visual development. Then look directly towards the sound. So wherever the sound is coming with the all the direction, the child will be looking towards that with the hearing development. Then by the 11 to 12 months, what will happen with the eye development, that's the visual development, follow rapid movement of the object. So especially with the different color, whatever the rapid movement of the object it will be there, the child will be follow that one. Then with the hearing development, vocalizes the sound and is able to respond to the commands. So this is what the sensory development it will be taking place with the child in an infant age. Hope you understood the session. In this session mainly we are discussed about the important and the repeated questions they are going to ask in your main exam. Keep learning, keep exploring with easiness. Thank you.